They'll blanket you in Wi-Fi and profit off the radiation. Congregation collecting the people for that Satan. I keeps it blazing, cause I can read between the lines. I ain't blind, we unwind what they're really saying. Genetically modify what you're tasting. Don't need that cottage promise, so now you live up in your mom's basement. Redesign time so your mind is always wasted. Programmed to crave the basics. Keep the beta in stasis. Pay the state, kid. You're in debt for being born. Messengers are more than just the price for being warned. Don't be alarmed, disconnect from their machinations. Stop subscribing to the folly of own nations. Bone breaking ain't the answer, cause they seek the ownership of souls. Spread the seeds and watch them grow. Break the chains of control. Break the chains of control.
Sweet eternal balance of all that is good, true, and beautiful, friends. Welcome to Rogue Ways, where tonight, for the first time in I don't remember how long, I get to just talk to you about stuff, and I'm so excited. Tonight we're going to talk about how we're winning, and how we know we're winning, and how we're going to keep winning forever. Super exciting. I'm super excited. I don't know about y'all, but it's like level up time. Shit is just flowing and connecting, and people are connecting. Places are feeling energized. Stuff is healing. Sometimes it's rough. Sometimes it's not so easy. Sometimes things in transition like that take a lot of pain and heartache to get through. Transition is hard. Change is hard. Letting go of what used to be is hard. It can be scary sometimes. So don't feel bad if you're not right where I'm at right now in this energy level. But also I bet a lot of you are, because this is the thing that's going on. If you've been watching the Schumann Resonance, you know. And if you've just been tapped into it, you know. If you've just been having more experiences, more connections, more ability to get deeper within yourself, more ability to understand truth just by thinking about it and asking for it to be clear, all of these things are upgrading. And all of us are connected to it, and we're all doing it together. And when each one of us does even a little sliver of that, all the rest of us have that much more access to it. This is how it works. This is the whole point. This is the Schumann Resonance, actually. The Schumann Resonance, if you don't know, go back and watch that episode of Middle Path where we talked about it. Because I was kind of I don't know, it's like the earth vibrating or something. But what is it really? It is a resonance that goes around and around the earth, around and around the earth. And then each little antenna, which is you and I, can pick it up and resonate with it. When we do, it gets even stronger. And then sometimes when enough of us are doing that, it's and huge harmonization and synchronization, you know what the hell I'm saying. So it's real. It happens. It's awesome. And if you've been watching it, we keep having huge bursts. They can't stop, won't stop. So we're all here together. If you are on YouTube or Facebook, that is quickly going to be turned off, because tonight we're going to be talking about things that YouTube will not allow. And I don't know if Facebook does or not, but you may as well just go over to Rockfin, where things are free and you can watch the entirety of every episode I ever do there, because Rockfin doesn't censor, because we talk about, pointy sticks and the dangerous thing, the disease that's going on. I don't even know which words I'm allowed to say anymore, because the mini true has compelled us to behave in certain ways. So I hate that. I don't want to self-censor, so I go to Rockfin, where I don't have to self-censor. So if you are like Stephanie, what's up Stephanie, over on YouTube, or the rest of you who haven't said hi yet, just go over to Rockfin. The link is right below you. It's free. It is free, and it is free of censorship as well. You may have to sign up if you've never done it before. And that's a one-time thing, just like YouTube was way back when you signed up for Gmail or YouTube or whichever one you did first. That was you signing up too. It's the same. I've had people be like, well, I don't want to sign up and give them my credentials. Everywhere where you watch things or listen to things, you've already done that. So Rockfin is no different, except that it supports people like me, creators, content producers, more than any of the other platforms I've ever been on have done. And I get to say whatever I want, which is nice. So I hope to see you all there if you're not there already. And if you're out there listening on the podcast, there's way more of you out there than there are who watch live. It always blows my mind when I see the stats on the listeners, and I love you all, and I want you to know that I think about you often, even though we don't get interact live. And if you ever want to interact live, just come on over at 7 p.m. Mountain on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Thursdays, of course, are Middle Path, where we have a specifically spiritual focus. As you know me. I make everything somewhat spiritual, at least, but on Middle Path, we aim to actually bring it back to the practical so all of us can get in touch with that, and that's what we do on Middle Path. So each of those days. And I see you all in the chat on Rockfin. What's up, Gordon? What's up, Snake? What's up, Logan? And what's up, Bonnie? Nice to see you all. I love seeing you here. We're going to have a fantastic episode today. I'm very excited. I'm also pretty excited about Thursday's episode, where I again get to be talking to you just one-on-one, which is the kind of original intent of Middle Path. I like to be flexible, though. I have a lot of, guests that want to come on in different time slots, and I'm always grateful for them, so I like to arrange that however it works. But I miss you guys when I don't get to just sit here and hang out and talk with you all. So I'm glad I get to do that again. And on Thursday, I've been inspired by some discussion amongst the Weaving Spiders of Weaving Spiders Welcome. Today, one of the topics, at least in their Telegram group, was about death and dying and coming back from that. And I did share some of my death experience on the Deep Share podcast. If that episode has come out yet, I'm not entirely sure if it has. And if it hasn't, you'll catch it soon when it does come out, in which Howdy Makowski, Mary Helen Hensley, and Dr. Raymond Moody and I all talked about our death experiences. And I had a different death experience there than I'm going to share on Thursday. On Thursday, I'm going to share an experience in which I died a little death, but it was also a dimensional jump from one timeline to another. And it was very clear, and it came about on accident, although very much on purpose as well. It was planned for sure, but I had no idea it was going to happen until it was happening. So super cool story. I'm going to tie it in with some numerology, the number 22 specifically, and some practices as always, and some other stuff sprinkled in that ties it all together. And it's just come together today in such a nice little package, as things always do. So that's going to be Thursday. Tonight, though, as I said, we're talking about how we are already winning this huge battle we all perceive, the spiritual battle, as most of us see it. It's playing out in the political world, the social world, the economic world, all of it, all levels happening at once. We're winning. We've been winning the whole time, but we've got so much evidence now to share that we are winning, and we're going to keep winning, and we're going to talk about that too. I see you, Mooney, in the chat. Nice to see you here. I see you, Aurora. Nice to see you as well. I love it. Today, I just saw Snake said he's cleaning the rabbit poop trays and chatting live here with the tribe, and I was just looking out at one of my chickens earlier today. There's this huge windstorm right now. It's like really, really powerful. So the chickens have been like hiding all day, and they'll peek out to see if we're going to come hang out with them or give them a snack, but they're kind of just like tucked away against the wind. And I looked out, and sometimes I get a really clear message from them, like, I love you, or like, I would like a snack now, or something like that. It's pretty obvious. If anyone is paying attention, you could probably pick up on those messages too. Sometimes I get that, and I looked out, and I was like, hi, I love you. And one of them was like, hi, poo-poo butt. And I was like, what? That's what I call you. And they called me a poo-poo butt. And I was like, touche, fair. It was done in love, but it was just funny, because I had not had them call me that on the spiritual plane before, and it made me laugh. All right, we're going to hop into it today. What's up, Mateo? Nice to see you. I was just saying, Mateo, if you're just hopped in over on YouTube, that we're going to shut down YouTube and Facebook streams because those places like to censor, and I am going to talk about some real shit today. So a few things I can talk about on those platforms before we cut them out are, one thing is that Phoenix Aurelius, of course, has an amazing apothecary. Phoenix has been on the show many, many times. Good friend. Love Phoenix. He's actually going to be at One Day of Brightness this December. I think we're doing it on the 19th this year for the winter solstice. So if you love One Days of Brightness, Phoenix and his lady, Nori Anna, are also, they're presenting there and teaching there at that event. So it'll be me, Catherine, Phoenix, and Nori. And I'm very excited about that. That is not necessarily why I was going to bring his page up today, though. I wanted to bring up phoenixaurelius.org because if you click below you, no matter where you're watching, you can get a link, which is an affiliate link. And so anything you buy there is still the same price for you, but it supports me. So if you love Phoenix and you love me, this is a perfect way to buy your apothecary goods. He has a clearance section. He's got media and spiritual tools and resources. He has all kinds of things. If you haven't yet, you can also check out the Alchemiculture podcast, which is super great. If you love Phoenix, then you love this podcast. And some of it is like how to and how you can do some of this stuff too, which is also really, really rad. But anyway, I wanted to promote that, but I also wanted to let you know that coming up on November 5th through 12th, they're having a Samhain sale, which most things are going to be 40% off. So huge sales coming up. And so if you want to just mark that on your calendar, I would love for you to use the affiliate link. It's everywhere on my site. It's below every video I've ever done, and you can find it that way. So quick nod to Phoenix and support him, yourself, and myself in that way. And then, of course, I want to remind you of rogueways.org, where 2 new things specifically are happening. One is the weekly meditations. I'm going to start on the 2nd, next Tuesday, actually. And we are going to meditate twice a week. So if you've seen some of the meditations I guide, those are channeled from source to you. I love doing them. They're amazing, but I only end up doing them a couple times a month or even less sometimes because there's so much else going on. So I decided I would like to up that game and do twice a week. And so on Sundays and Thursdays, right before the show, basically a couple hours before, so at 5 p.m. Mountain, we're going to meet, and anybody who's a member is going to meditate with us. If you want to do this, right now, it's going to only be $50 for a month, maybe December too, but at least November. So if that is interesting to you, this is a steal to get 8 soul-guided meditations a month or more, depending on how the months fall, probably more. If you are already enrolled in Brighter You, then you get a discount. There's another discount in addition to that. So check your email if you haven't yet, and you'll see that discount for you. And if you're on the email list, which you can do by just going to the bottom of the site and saying subscribe via email. If you're on the email list, then you also got a discount. So check your email for that. And so if you want to join these, if you just saw the one we just did on, I think it was Saturday, if you haven't done it yet, go do it. It was really epic. It was amazing. I'm always stunned at what comes through because I don't know when I'm starting, really. Sometimes I have a vague idea, but as we're going, things really clear up and intensify. And so if you join these and you know, then you know how they go, and they're very powerful. So if you want to join those multiple times a month and really commit to getting like deeper, I know for myself, every time I spend time with myself, things get better in life. Period. So I would love to see you there. Come give yourself that gift and join. And then the Brighter You, if you haven't heard yet, is so exciting. It's like the One Day of Brightness event, but in between One Day of Brightness events. And it's 6 weeks of intensified spiritual upliftment and enlightenment. And this is something we do together. Our current course is full, but our next course is going to begin in January of 2022. Ongoing, as things develop, you're going to have more and more access to materials and a library of materials. And just like One Day of Brightness, various teachers and practitioners are going to be a part of this as we go on too. Catherine O'Shea is a part of this as we're going into our upcoming course, and I expect that would be true ongoing. And if you would like to have a weekly group course-like time where we can really uplift ourselves, the goal is to uncover and uplift and clarify and broaden your spiritual gifts and connections, and especially in hopes that you eventually offer those services to other people in some way. So if that's something that excites you and you love One Day of Brightness, or if you have no idea what One Day of Brightness is, but what I just said excites you, then you can go check this out, the Brighter You course as well. These are both on the site at rogueways.org. And now we'll jump into it after I say, hey, what's up to people in the chat. Oh, thank you so much, Erin, for the tip. I appreciate it. Mooney, thank you for the tip. I like your energy as well. Every day is a new day. We do have to keep our positivity. And we also have to honor when shit is bad. Yesterday, shit was bad for me. Like, it was bad. Like, I had a bad day. I had a bad day. I fought. I was a dick. But I also was able to, because I've been practicing for years now, stay present enough that I could unpack all of it and really get to the root of it and bring healing there. And that's the goal. If you're having a bad time, it's totally fine, right? It's good even. You just got to be present with it, and you got to keep going through it. You got to find the root, and you got to bring healing there. And then shit unlocks, and now you're on like a whole new level. You leveled up, right? So sometimes the worst stuff can lead you to the best stuff. But thank you. I love your positivity too. Maria DeCisco is here. What's up? Yay, you signed up on Rockfin. Bonnie, thank you so much for the tip. I really appreciate it. You guys make me feel so loved. Awesome. Well, yes, we are not censored here on Rockfin. And now that we're about to get started, Joseph Correa, Mateo, Stephanie, and the people who haven't yet said hello on YouTube and the people on Facebook who I can never see, just know that we love you. And if you're not over on Rockfin, you're not going to see the rest of the show. But if you want to click over to Rockfin, you can see all of it in its entirety for free. So, goodbye, YouTube.